Hello, I'm Rain Ben Yehuda, prophetess of Judah. My birth name is Linda Denise Swain Shepherd. We are Habiru Israelites of the tribe of Judah. Consequently, we are referred to and known as Judeans. Judeans are non-Jews. We hold that the Jewish people stole our law and assumed our identity. Judeans also do not believe in the New Testament or accept that doctrine at all, for several reasons. Firstly, our law prohibits human sacrifice. We can see this in the book of Deuteronomy 24:16. Fathers shall not be put to death because of sons, and sons shall not be put to death because of fathers. A man will be put to death for his own sins. This law that we find in Deuteronomy was then confirmed by the prophets. We find that in Ezekiel 18:20. The soul that sins, it shall die. The son shall not bear the iniquity of the father, nor will the father bear the iniquity of the son. The righteousness of the righteous person is upon him, and the wickedness of the wicked person is upon them. Consequently, you can see that the Habiru law does not accept human sacrifice, and it calls upon each person individually who has sinned to pay for those sins themselves. In fact, it would be extraordinarily unjust to ask an innocent person to pay for the sins of someone else. And Elohim Elia, our God, is not unjust, and to do something like that would obviously be unjust. Now, my title is Nebiah, which means prophetess. You will find that word in the book of Judges, number 4:4, and also in 2 Kings 22:14. Our law is called the Chamisha Chumeshki HaTorah, which means the 5/5 of the law. Now, the ancient Greeks translated that into the word Pentateuch, which means 5 volumes. Informally, we refer to our law as Chumash. Some people call it Torah, but we call it Chumash. We've stopped calling it the Torah because we want to be distinct from all those other groups out there who are obviously going by the old translations. Now, prophetess is a common theme throughout the HaTorah, which means the law. Some say Elohim Elia only chooses a prophetess when he is displeased with the sons of Israel. This is not true. Elohim Elia chooses a prophetess when he wishes to judge in his attribute of compassion. And the choosing of a prophet or a prophetess usually precedes judgment from the Most High. Habiru Israelites have a long tradition of respecting the teaching and the judgment of their women. It is not an alien concept for us for a daughter of Israel to head the 12 tribes of the Israelites, or indeed for intelligent women to be found in our midst, whether standing up to assert their rights before the prophets, such as the daughter of Zelophehad in Numbers 27, 1-5, the daughters of Zelophehad, son of Hepher, son of Gilead, son of Mashir, son of Manasseh, of the families of the Manasseh, son of Joseph, Judah. And these are the names of his daughters: Mahlah, Noah, Hoglah, Milcah, and Tirzah. And they stood before Moses, before Eleazar the Kohen, and before the leaders and the entire assembly at the entrance of the tent of meeting. So you can see we weren't shy. Saying, Our father died in the wilderness, but he was not among the assembly that was gathering against Elohim, in the assembly of Korah, but he died of his own sin, and he had no sons. Why should the name of our father be omitted from among his family because he had no son? So they were challenging the law that only permitted men to inherit. Give us a possession among our father's brothers. And they were asking for that inheritance to pass to them as daughters. The prophet Moses had never had such claim before. No one had ever stood up before to say, "Excuse me, why are women excluded from the laws of inheritance?" And he did not dismiss them because no such law existed previously. What he did was take their claim to the Most High. And the Almighty responded and said to Moses, "The daughters of Zelophehad speak correctly. You shall surely give them a possession of inheritance among the brothers of their father, and you shall cause the inheritance of their father to pass over to them." So this law teaches us that if we stay quiet and if we are silent, then injustices will occur. Sometimes not because they're a planned injustice, but because no one has raised an issue that needs to be addressed. We also see that the daughters of Israel found distinction also with kings. Again, we see it in 1 Samuel 25:35, that the daughter Abigail, disregarding her husband's decision because it was wholly and entirely wrong, and taking it upon herself to correct that and also to give advice to King David. We find that in 1 Samuel 25:32-33. David then said to Abigail, "Blessed is Elohim, God of Israel, who sent you this day to meet me, and blessed is your advice, and blessed are you who have restrained me, a king, from coming to bloodshed and avenging myself by my own hand. Truly, as Elohim, God of Israel lives, who has prevented me from harming you, had you not hurried and come to meet me by morning's light, there would not have remained to Nabal as much as a dog." So again, Scripture shows us that women cannot be silent when something is wrong. In fact, it is incumbent upon all of us, male, females, even our children. You see something's wrong, you are to speak up. If you are silent, bad things could happen. Terrible things. In this case of Abigail, she would not have survived to the morning had she not taken it upon herself to disregard her husband's poor decision and poor advice and take matters into her own hands. In so doing, she saved her husband's life as well as her own. So we must be aware that women are a very vital component of the 12 tribes of the Hebrew Israelites, and it is for us to speak up and to address issues of injustice and to bring matters of importance to the attention of prophets, prophetesses, because some things, the law is not comprehensive. It has not addressed every single issue that could have occurred from the time of creation until this day. There are issues in the law that have not been addressed. For instance, we have laws pertaining to sodomy, but we have no laws pertaining to lesbianism. Someone may wish to address that. Unless someone raises that issue, it will not be addressed. So my message to you today, to all the Hebrew Israelites, men and women, is we need to unite, because in this unity we are strong, and we need to speak up, and we need to raise the issues that are important to us that need to be addressed. Shalom.